Hello survivors, and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. And in this video we're going to be looking at some news around War and War of Champions, and pretty much just discussing some War topics. I want to get your feedback on what you think of War when it comes to the battle system, you know, your actual combat system, the map system where you've got like 8 versus 8 and how that works, cooldown, coining. Any thoughts you have on War at all, please leave them in the comments down below, be it from towers to even like the grey market rewards in the War season. We should be getting some fresh information on the next season during March, but there might be time for them to change how some things work, particularly around rewards. I know I have seen people in the past talk about the War season rewards, and as much as the character can be good, what else is there in there? And potentially you could come up with ideas that you want to see specifically in the War Depot. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below, and we're going to get into some of the information that has been passed on when it comes to War of Champions and some extra little bits of rewards that people have highly requested. And first up here is the update with regards to the icon that was originally being given out to first, second and third. This badge right here I believe would be first because it's gold, is actually now going to be given out to everybody who was in War of Champions. If you attended War of Champions, you'll get an icon, but it'll probably be like a steel color. So it'll go gold, silver, bronze, just kind of how it would be for first, second and third in general. And then a participation will be the exact same one as this, but in a nice greyish colour, I assume. If we scroll down and read the information, it says avatars and MVPs. Hello survivors. We wanted to once again take an opportunity to say congratulations to all our factions who qualified for War of Champions. We have been listening to your feedback, and we are happy to announce we will be sending Season 3 War of Champions participation avatars to all players who were in the War of Champions region for the event. In the past, when this has been done, this is why I'm just assuming it's going to have that like steel or iron look. It's just going to be just a normal metal. It shouldn't be colored at all, but you never know. I'm just assuming here. We'll be sending these along with the first, second and third placement avatars by the end of next week. While our intention was for the War Veteran Romanov to serve as this participation avatar, we understand this did not meet the player expectations, and thank you for your patience while we make this adjustment. We wanted to share that we will also be including the participation avatars moving forward into War Season 4. So this is something that has been in every single War of Champions, and this was the first War of Champions where there was no participation avatar. Now, I actually did like the Veteran Romanov skin, and I actually wanted to qualify to get the special skin. Not necessarily the avatar itself of the special skin, just the character's special skin. Kind of like a first edition, you know. Now, I do hope that still comes back in the future, like an actual special skin for that War Season's character. Maybe it could just be moved into the actual War store itself, so that if you buy, you know, the character, the first character you buy, you could buy the first edition version effectively. That would actually be kind of nice. Obviously, if they're not going to use that as the War Veteran, you know, version, it's probably not going to be in a qualifier reward anymore. So it'd have to come back somewhere else, or it's just going to be removed. And like I said, I kind of like the skin, honestly. The participation avatars are cool. I think in the past you got them if you hit 50,000 in War of Champions, but I think the majority of people would have probably hit 50,000 or higher in War of Champions. But this time around, it was just for actually scoring at all, most likely. And there is some more information in this news item, and it is just confirmation again of the top 3 of War of Champions. And then it has something called War of Champions MVPs, which I thought was actually pretty interesting to share this information. We wanted to share the most used fighters during War of Champions to help everyone see what players at the pinnacle of competition are using to be successful. Players may have these fighters on the bench or not leveled up at the moment, but with this information, maybe the next war will come with a few more wins. And here is that information. It says the most used fighters on attack are Lydia, Mike, the Trader, Titan, and Vance. Obviously, this doesn't necessarily mean it is this particular 5-character team. It could just be like 50% of people were using Lydia, but the bottom 50% of people, because obviously she's one of the best free-to-play characters. And same with Mike, one of the best free-to-play characters. And then you have promos effectively. Now, I personally, on my attack team, had 3 of these characters on my attack team. I had Lydia, Mike, and Titan. So they were very heavily used fighters for me. And then most used fighters on defense were Skeleton Steve, Mike, Mr. Lou, William, and Vance. And this is just proof that this is not like the 5-character team, because this is missing a leader. Because I'm actually really surprised this is missing a leader. I would have thought that Pam would have been in here, or Zeke would have been in here. But they're not. They're not. Neither of those leaders apparently are some of the most used characters. I guess these characters were just... This is very strange, honestly. Very, very strange. But I'm not surprised by some of these character choices. Skeleton, Steve, and Mike, I've already said, are two of the best 90% characters in the wheel. So you're getting two of the best characters there without a doubt for a defense team. Then you've got Mr. Lou, who's just very good in terms of tankiness in your team. Vance can be annoying. And William, of course, is the Mythic Trial. It's kind of funny if you look at both. They've got two 90%s, two 10%s, so the two former premiers and one Mythic Trial. I'm not sure if that's a coincidence or not, but that's kind of interesting. It does lastly say, once again, congratulations to all the qualified, and we look forward to an exciting War Season 4 coming in March. So more information should actually come out very soon about that. War Season 4 on the way, and like I said in the intro of the video, if you did have any thoughts on any potential changes, now's the time. Put them in the comments. I'm going to pass this video on to someone at Scopely on Monday, and they can scour the comments and just look through it if there's anything that they see that's interesting. Now, next up is some new information that has come to light, and it is actually pretty cool. We'll just quickly look at it. You can see War Season 3 Champion Road to Survival. It's like a badge here, and this is because this is going to be a actual like medal that is given to the winners, second place and third place for War of Champions. If we scroll down, we can read, we wanted to share publicly one of the surprise rewards we have been working on for our top 3 factions from War of Champions. For Season 3 War of Champions and each season's War of Champions moving forward, each member of the top 3 factions will be sent one of these brand new exclusive TWD RTS Champion collectible coins. Now, this is just a prototype picture in terms of what it's going to look like, but visually it looks pretty good. And then if we see the more in-depth picture, we can see that it has actually got like a bit of levels on it. So, you know, kind of cool. Like it's got a bit of depth and 3D. Each of these 2" by 2" metal coins will serve as a real-life souvenir to show your dominance on the road to survival. Members of Walkers Immortals and A New Beginning should look for an inbox message in-game soon, which will direct players to claim their prize. So if you are a member of one of those factions, or at least were a member during War of Champions, expect an inbox message, and you might want to actually just inform your faction members as well. What you could do with this coin is turn it into a keyring. I think you can go to specialists to do it rather than do it yourself, so you don't mess it up. That would be actually a really cool keyring. There's a lot of different things. You know, you could have one of the bullet holes become the loops for the keyring. That could actually be really cool. And then again, it finishes off just talking about the fact that the War Season 4 is going to be in March, and they're going to be bringing some more information to us soon enough. So we're going to have to stay tuned for any potential changes to War, but I do hope personally that they keep some of the good things that they introduced in Season 3. One of the best things I think they added was the War Season 3 missions, where as a faction you work together, because that was good for a faction no matter what level they were at. If you were in the top 10, you were just going to be happy with getting more stuff. But if you weren't in the top 10 and then you were in like 20th to 40th or even lower than this was actually the main avenue for you to get depot tokens, because your placement rewards were just much lower than that. So I think that was a great change. That made me motivated, someone who doesn't really like to participate in War heavily, just because I think it's a heavy time investment and I didn't ever really see the reward I got back. This seemed to be better. This did seem to be better. I know it was working together as a faction, which I actually liked too. I will say one thing. The thing I actually always liked about War was a season mission. And because they're now doing seasons, like Season 3, they did a Total War in the past where they had a Total War mission that lasted the entirety of the actual War season. I think they could bring that back, but they just have to fix certain things. Like there were certain things where like you had to be in your faction's war team when you attack to get like the advance on like win as a faction. I think that some of them needed to be tweaked, but other than that, I thought that was actually pretty cool. Some extra rewards that you could work towards as an individual, not just as a faction. So maybe some of these things are going to come back. I'm sure a lot of people are giving their feedback. And like I said, if you want to leave any feedback and any potential things and ideas you've come up with, leave them in the comments down below, guys. That is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.